Oopsie. That's done the same thing twice. You go there, you go there, you go there, and we're here. Hello, Mamoru. How you doing? How are we doing? I'm really tired, because I didn't get home till 11 o'clock last night. It was a very long night. But anyway, we're back here. We're doing things. Stuff and junk, and the glacier's here. Just about to go out and saw down your front yard fence. That seems like a big job, alrighty. How you doing, Glacier? Alright, so, continuing on from last time. Circuits are doing circuity things. Thingies are doing whatsity things. I actually just added this on afterwards. So this is sort of what I intended. Is, it's basically make a recycle loop. That's the intention. It seems to be working. Apparently I like pain and... Oh yeah, I need to fix that. Apparently I like pain and do this stuff with belts even though... Oh, that's legendary. Fancy. Apparently I like pain and... Yeah. Yeah. So, this is the whole thing. Wonderful Goro without a backpack. New Garani purple yellow signs. Don't suggest that. Yeah. You don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that. Purple yellow signs make expansion so much easier. As I say, with a throat full of phlegm. Yeah, you want to... You really... Unless you're doing some kind of masochism run, you don't want to go to any of the planets without purple yellow researched. Anyway, what are we doing here? We're over here. You wanted the achievements? Oh, yeah, the best way to do that is just go to Vulcanus, I think. I think that's the way to go. Right, I need you. And I need you. Well, you specifically. One thing and came back, yeah. As I say, Vulcanus is the way to go for that. It eases the pain so much, because Vulcanus is a much simpler planet to do. Hey, Monsieur Duck. Hey, you is. Alright, so... we need 1, 2, 3 thingies. So this build will be tungsten beams. For some reason, I'm putting it down here, whereas I put the other ones up there, which is, you know, right on the opposite distance of where I'm mining it. That, you know, because that makes sense. That's a good idea right there. That is a load. So we shall plop you down here. Right, guys. There, there, and there. Now, hopefully, I actually grab something that actually fits. And I'm not going to embarrass myself right now. You're an... oh, you're the wrong unload. What are you... Oh, okay, it's just... Unpack key. Not too bad. How goes Factorios? Yeah, it goes. I just had a brain reset then. That's the one I wanted. I was trying to think what the hell I was after. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So we want that. This is items, so we want tungsten ore. Then we want you. Not specifically the... Oh, did I make a blueprint of that? Yes, yes I did. We need liquid iron specifically for this. Ideally, we also want... Alright, you're delivering things... What a... Oh, you're not labelled. The Y junction, the rail book? It didn't make enough deciders to kickstart. The ME problems with the... You had 2 problems with ME. It didn't make enough deciders to kickstart. Yeah, that's a problem in and of itself. Second, lights are not... Oh, yeah, light signing. I keep forgetting to add that. I keep forgetting that it's not there. Also, hi, Spellmaster. Try again. Yeah, I think it's fixed. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, it is actually fixed now. This one that's on, I updated it a little bit earlier. I fixed the controller issue that was going on with it. It actually, yes, if I put, oops, this is a neb specific issue. If I put this down, it actually does cap at 50 now, so it doesn't overload requester chests as much as it used to. Because that was also a significant problem. Why aren't you... Oh, because I don't have crap. That's why. So what's going on, Spellmaster? You still frolicking about here? You didn't set that nightclub on fire? There was a nightclub fire overnight. It was actually unoccupied at the time, as a side note. Success, you came late and stole it? I think it was a nightclub. Went to the zoo? Ah, nice. So when do you head back? I was just thinking there. I just completely fell into the zone. I really am pretty tired from yesterday. It was a long day. But yeah, I just completely zoned out then. Yeah, the 58 tram on the way. The tram went out of service. That sounds about right for the trams. They go out of service all the time. It's kind of annoying. At least it wasn't the 86. That's the stuff of legends, that is. Did I go to a concert yesterday? No. No. It was entirely, well, it wasn't boring, but it was entirely, long-winded. It was a long-winded thing. It was fun, but yeah. Plus a meet and greet, and I got to meet up with some people that I hadn't seen, quite a few I hadn't seen in a long time, and I wasn't expecting to see. That was interesting. Complete. Very good. Okie day. Do I have inserters? Yes. Yes, I do. Let's go. Oh, is this thing... Oh, this thing's built now. Look at that. Very nice. Go to Luna Park on Saturday, hence we're staying till Sunday. Okay. I'm just doing the mental gymnastics to see if I can try and escape tomorrow morning or afternoon or something. I don't know if it's possible, unfortunately. Which is really annoying. There we go. So we got our tungsten kajiggers. Train snakes away. Green wire, still not green wiring. I love how there's no consistency with this thing. There is zero consistency. It is awful. Dear. The problem is that like I sort of don't really produce blueprints for this sort of stuff. I tend to just wing it as I go, and as a result, yeah, it ends up like this. Yeah, one's a green wire. Well, there's a green wire that's missing from the connection, so the train isn't circuit controlled. And then the green wire over here is actually a red wire. Like, it's just so much inconsistency, it's ridiculous. It's probably true. No, that one's... As I say, like, there's no consistency because like, they're all different. They're all different. Alright, so what do we need? We're making these things. We need a tungsten ore and molten iron. And then we need foundries. So I got foundries like that. Nuke it. Just nuke it and start over. Okay. Grab that. I don't know why I went all the way up there, but sure. There. Plonk. Oh yeah, it does have an input and an output. Before that, grab you. Ah, you're going to the Queen Vic Market. Also, oh, I suppose if it's Queen Vic Market, you could get a South Melbourne dim sim. That would be it's like a dim sim, but better in every possible way than a normal dim sim. I better get a South Melbourne dim sim. I think you get them at the market. I mean, you sort of get them everywhere. But it's like a dim sim, but giant. It's like twice the size. Like 200 grams or something instead of 50 grams. Yeah, I think, as I say, I think the dude who came up with them, well, it's a dim sim. Yeah, the dude who came up with it, I think his shop was in the Queen Vic Market. I don't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately. Do you not have dim sims over in New Zealand? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Is it food? Yes. It is a thing that you eat. Oh, South Melbourne Market. Wow, that's really annoying. Oh no, Queen Vic Market. Dim sim. Where are we at? Where are we at? You there? Yeah, here. The South Melbourne dim sim. Yeah, it's his thingy. There it is. Steamed, fried. It's kind of like a dumpling. It's kind of like an Australianized dumpling. Uh, yeah. Okay, it's just a book. It's just one of many fried foods that, well, normally fried. It's just that it's a different style of dim sim to normal. I would have thought you'd have dim sims over there. Guess, learn something new. Yeah, but it's yeah, they do have them at the Queen Vic Market, but the actual place is South Melbourne. Let you Google. It's a standard. Dim sims are a standard of fish and chip shops. All right, there you go. So like in a standard fish and chip shop, you would have on the menu, you know, would have your fish, your chips, as you would expect. But then you would have spring rolls, Chico rolls, dim sims. The fancier places would then also have South Melbourne dim sims, scallops, prawns, pineapple fritters. Yeah, it's just part of the roster of foods that you would find. Yeah, it's like a as I say, it's like a dim sim is like a bit of a naturalized pork dumpling, just with more stuff, like more stuff's crammed into it. Compared to normal dumplings, more stuff's crammed into it, more variety of stuff is crammed into them. Was that all the foundation? Hmm. Are we not making foundation? Where the hell is it? There. Oh, we're doing the thing. Yeah, there it is. Hmm. Right, Fungola, do you have... Oh, okay, you're back up to 13. So, in preparation, I told more um, legendary modules to come to Vulcanus. Yeah, dim sum is slightly different. That is the should be it's the it's starting to sound like Porky Pig. The it's like an all-you-can-eat thing, and they just go around presenting foods. Uh, and yeah, it's just they just keep going round and round and round, and you take or a little bit or nothing as you go. You know, just piecemeal, and yeah, it's like 30 rounds of food or something. It's crazy. Yeah, a dim sim is it's derived from a pork dumpling. It's really just a dumpling. It's probably wouldn't help would help if I ordered more into my pockets. Yeah, just take it all. Give me all. Lurking up. Where the hell are we? Down here. Belt food. Belt food? Oh, my brain not braining today. Why did I choose to build this on lava? This is the real questions. I have no idea, but this is what we're doing apparently. I say we as if anyone here has actually had a willing commitment to this folly, like willfully agreed to the folly. Alarin, hey, how you doing? Hi. You go there. You go there. On gunpoint. Spin these round just so the pipe's on the right side. Just a little bit nicer. Because then I can run that down and run that down and then run that down. And then question why I'm not doing that by doing one completely and then copy and pasting it. Then I lose my layers of windows and now I've got to play the window game while stalling for time. Never ends. Nope, that's very backwards. Here we go. Oop, wrong inserter. There we go. So I'll make it in the middle. Right in the middle. There, like so. Yeah, I'll plop it there. Yeah, there. Just to make everything blueprint, put down the controller first, and then one to produce inserters. Didn't quite understand what to do next. Nothing happens. Hey, sheepduck. So I've had to do a few tweaks to it to make it work. It's I actually only just updated it earlier. It should spring into life on its own, because now, because of the logistics groups, it's a little bit nicer. But yeah, it should have this straight away. Missing lights, of course, because I keep forgetting to put it in. So yeah, it should try and make all of these as soon as it goes down, and everything springs to life. This tick should already. So this is like the master enabled. There's also everything is explained as well. Hopefully, still valid and explained. To have it self-assemble, it generally needs 3 to 4 modules. That being the power, the combinators, inserters, and bots, wherever it is. There it is. Bots actually has a triangle missing from it now. It's a bit annoying, but like it was really just duplicating stuff before. So, but nowadays, if you need more stuff, the trick is to use this component here, and just press H or V to flip it as you need to. But it's parameterized, so you can just set the parameters as you need. Maybe you need to update it? Yeah, very likely. It's a bit embarrassing that it wasn't perfect. Like it's been a bit of a rough launch of it, the update of it, but gets the job done. Been working through the issues. All right. You need input or input. Going to bed now? He says. We all know that your viewing platform can be multiple. Have a good night, Glacier. See you when you hit mobile. See? I'm the worst. I am the worst. Dang it. Should have shift clicked that. Now. There. There, and there. Right, and then, so 1, 2, 3. Conveniently, the 4th, oops. Yeah, let's just spank it. I just like how the mech suit's is flailing about, spanking the ground. It looks funny. Bit there. Yeah, a little bit more there, so you actually connect. We'll pop that there. Much liking Space Age? Do you miss using trains as much? It's been very good so far. I've very much enjoyed changing up the playstyle. Yeah, because of every planet is uniquely different, and I've very much been enjoying that every planet has its own unique challenges. I really like that. It's exactly what I would want out of a Factorio expansion. The one thing I was worried about was it just being the one thing I didn't want is it to just retread space exploration. That wouldn't be fun. Because there are times, personal opinion, but there are times when space exploration really just gets tedious and repetitive and not very fun. But yeah, I like that Vulcanus, planet we're on, it's kind of like Navas, but you got to work with you basically spawn infinite, technically infinite, air quotes, infinite iron and copper from the lava, And you do metallurgical processes using lava. You do like water doesn't exist on this planet, so you have to work around it. You don't need to use coal liquefaction for oils to make plastic and so on. It's different. I like that. And instead of like coal liquefaction being this thing that exists on the side like it did on Narvis, you really got to confront it, and then you can do your circuits as normal before, except that now you're doing circuits with foundries. Also, hello, Maholic. Welcome on, everyone. We're just talking about Space Age and what I like about it. Yeah, Vulcanus. It's like it's a great introduction to it because it's like Narvis, and it eases you into new resources and new processes without being too alien. Fagora really kicks things up a notch where you have this scrap. Vulcanus with trains? Yeah. Yeah, scrap, which is through a roundabout set of logic that I won't quite dive into, is actually holmium plus extra steps. And yeah, and then you've got to, what people usually describe it as, you've got to start from the end and work your way backwards. So, scrap outputs, where is it? Scrap recycling. Scrap outputs all this crap, and and then you need to work backwards from here to get what you want. Like, you need greens, like for the this planet's unique science, it needs green circuits. So you need to reprocess the circuits, the reds and the blues. I nearly said greens then, to then get your greens. Or you recycle or you break down the steel plate and the sorry, I had to sneeze then. The iron gears into iron plates, to then combine it with a copper cable to make more green circuits. Like it's a whole different thing. You got to make everything from this one item, and it then becomes your science base. Gleber, everything being agriculture. This one's really left field. I do like the idea of it. Admittedly, it does sort of force specific builds, but at the same time, it forces you to do something that you don't normally do, where you just... Because like in normal Factorio, what you do is just get a big old lumping great hammer in and say, just thump in lots of production and then call it a day. Like here with the green circuits, I've got all these lines. They're not doing anything really for the most part. Oh, you don't have that science. That's a separate issue. There you go. And if it's overproducing, then it doesn't matter. Gleber, if you're overproducing, it does matter. And so you need to contrive belts like this to work around it. You got to manage that spoil timer. And even then, it doesn't. And the funny thing is, at the end of the day, the game imposes this fear of spoilage. But what the developers say is that spoilage actually doesn't matter because it comes from nothing in the first place. Big thing is to change your brain and Gleber. Let it spoil, it will regrow. Yes. I forget which of the developers said it now, but one of them said, as I was saying, one of them said that spoilage doesn't matter when you realize everything comes from nothing. Like, you start with nothing, it turns into smooth brains or wrinkle brains, and if it spoils, doesn't matter. It's natural, yeah. And the worst case scenario that I eventually discovered is that this recipe here is incredibly powerful. See, it's crafting right now, actually. If you make nutrients from spoilage, I basically talk about this every single time. Spoilage doesn't matter if the final product is unspoilable. So, like, I mean, yeah, look at that. 24 seconds until it spoils, and it doesn't matter. So if you just pump all of your spoilage into rocket fuel, you're basically deleting spoilage. Same goes for anything else here, like the carbon and carbon fiber. You need perishables, spoilables, or things that go moldy to make it, but the end product doesn't depend on the spoilage state. So any of the intermediate spoilage levels don't matter. As long as you have a way to drain the spoilage out, delete it, it'll always restart. You build veins and your factory needs to deal with the excrement. It is very much like that, isn't it? It is very much an organism that you bring in fresh stuff. Probably, trying to think of it. There's trying to think of it more in terms of like bacteria, because bacteria, even then at that level, or maybe a slightly more complex organism, but still, like, it takes in a material to power it, and then it excretes its result, but it also produces a result that potentially also excretes a result that it does want to produce. Some kind of microorganism. In this case, this microorganism excretes rocket fuel, which I'm sure SpaceX would be very keen on if they had an organism that did that. Righty, so you 3, 4. They go full tilt, guaranteed to make fresh stuff all the time. Yeah, once you have Gleba under control, it naturally produces high quality, unspoiled products. I found every time I build science there and just let it run, eventually the spoil timer just goes up. Just on its own. It's probably bad right now. But yeah, yeah. Well, 32 minutes. It could be better. Yeah, that one's at 44 minutes. That one's at 48 minutes. Like, without even trying, I am not trying with any great force to maintain low spoilage rate, and it just happens naturally. I'm not even deleting it. It's just accumulating there as well. Yeah, my theoretical organism would that produces rocket fuel would produce in theory would produce hydrazine. Oh, I suppose that's not so good to useful to SpaceX, but it would produce an actual rocket fuel like hydrazine. A much more complex material, or kerosene, or what are they currently launching? Like the Starship, what are they launching that with? I don't actually know. Let it also be said that the investor pitch stuff in the live streaming gives me a headache after a while. You. Oh. I see why. Now it should be. Methane. Ah, Falcon was the kerosene one. I didn't think it was kerosene for Starship. Yeah, in the I think a hydrazine, because that's what the Chinese one used. All right, so now you're making hopefully a decent amount, 3.84. You see the power ramping up as well, hopefully. Yep, very nice. Very nice. We maxed out the turbines. No? I mean, it's probably feeling a little bit. This is all built up. I don't think that's ratioed for 6 thingies, but whatever works. That's not right. Okay, I can't see my cursor. There it is. It feels a little short. I think I've done it wrong again. That's still wrong. That's there. Then this one should slot in theory should slot in there, but it doesn't. That's fine. We just take a smaller bite out of it. If I was to hazard a guess, I would say that the parity of the Foundries changes. That's why. And what I mean by that is that, so along here, there's an inserter. Along here, it's a pipe. Yeah, the Long March dinitrogen tetraoxide. That's the one. Which is basically a SpaceX clone. I mean, they can deny it all they like. It's it's just a SpaceX ship. It's the thingy. I'm hesitating there for a moment because I'm like, hey, was it? Yeah. Pretty sure it was. Ah, balls. Alright, refill on stuff. Fence gone? Bam, and the fence is gone. Oh, that's underground belt. And you has returned. Indeed. Return from the Thunderdome. One enter, two enter, one leaves. And hopefully you're the one that leaves because the opponent was a fence. Depends which version, because most of the Long March series I've seen with their own thing. It was only the recent one we're trying to clone. Yeah, I was sort of leaning on the more recent ones. Trouble is my knowledge, like I don't get to really sit down and analyze it, and so I don't really get to follow the details of all of them, all the different variants the different countries and companies are working on. Because I mean, there is a lot going on right now. Steve ate some belt? Yes, yes he did. Was it Steve? Yeah, it was Steve. Steve was mean. Very rude. He's a rude dude. They're not going. Because they don't have a liquid connection. Still don't have a liquid connection. There it is. That was just there. That's why he didn't have a liquid connection. Tungsten, formerly known as Steve. 6,400. I don't know if that's a good amount or not, but it's it's an expandable amount, and that's all I care about. And that has given us 1.6 gigawatts. Okay, so the next step is we need. What do we need? So starting from the top, we've made liquefaction, we've made acid power. That's in the background there. We've made the circuit trifecta. Triforce, I guess. We've made triangles, we just made beams, we've got melting, we've done speeds. Now we just need these two. So we need low densities somewhere. So low density needs plastic and both metals. I say melting, it's really pretty basic at the end of the day. Oh, you just can't go anywhere, that's why. Okay. I might need to add more trains to it. See how we do. Worried that I'm starting to run out of train. I mean, this system is just the simple brute force one. It's not really trying to be intelligent. So where do we want to put it? I'm sort of setting this aside for calcite grabbing. Here is a bit awkward because of the coal patch, although I might be able to work around it. It's also a bit close to that. And there's lava up there. That is intended for coal. That's intended for coal. Out that way is more tungsten. How did you kill the big demolishers? With a railgun. That's how you do it. The thing to make sure is to fire down the length of them. So if I have an example here, in what used to be Herbert here. So what you want to do is either from behind or in front, try and fire down as many body segments as possible, because the rail shot has infinite penetration. So the more segments it hits at once, the more damage it does. Don't know how it resists dumping cliff explosives. Oh, worst. Yeah. Tell you what, while the ads are going, we can go for a demonstration. Or just scoop up remains. Let's just scoop up remains. So I just shot the whole line? Yeah, so, yeah, because of the infinite railgun penetration, each segment takes damage, so the more segments you hit in a line, the more damage it does over time, as it penetrates. I mean, it penetrates in a single game tick as well, but yeah. What it means is it does an enormous amount of damage as a result. You can usually, with a well-placed shot, kill it in 2 or 3 railgun shots without any damage upgrades. I can one-shot them now, but I have a bit of shooting speed, which doesn't really matter. But railgun damage 7, whatever that's worth. Somewhere here. I always look down the bottom, but it's always up the top. There it is. Yeah. Plus 280%. Don't have railgun on your current space. Yeah. Big demolishers you could probably do... It's hard to do without a railgun. Railgun is the only thing that really does anywhere near the level of damage required. Yeah, 10k plus 28k. So this thing's doing 38,000 damage per hit. Uh, find one and demo the idea? Yeah, I can. The next, so Tanker of Uranium Shells works on small demolishers. It doesn't. It kind of works on medium demolishers, but it won't work on big. Like I have killed that. I have killed medium demolishers with uranium cannon shells, but it does need a lot of damage increases. Keep in mind that is also regular cannon shells. These ones, not explosive. What you're looking for is as much physical damage as possible. So uranium cannon shells outside of railgun ammo is the highest point damage that you can do. Yeah, with what is it? 2k base physical damage. As a side note, the explosive ones only do 350 physical, and that's why I say don't use them, because they don't do physical damage, and you need physical damage because, well, even the small one, yeah, 60% resistant to explosion. So the explosion basically doesn't do anything. You also see electric damage here. The quality tank, yeah, that is true. A quality tank does actually help. They do take electric damage, and I've tested Tesla guns and Tesla turrets. They're extremely underwhelming. It's performs similar to poison capsules in the sense that it tries, but nothing really happens. Where is thingamabobber? You, yeah. So, do you? No, I don't think quality affects the damage of the tank. Which Tesla turret had more hit points? Pops way to it. It is very weak. Even arguably, even the Tesla damage is pretty underwhelming. I have a feeling it might be different for rare tanks or better quality tanks. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's just the productivity modules get restless periodically. Speaking of spoilage, by the way, I didn't want to press that. I want to press that. Scoop up what used to be Steve. Oh no, that's not Steve. Well, it's gone anyway. How is the melting doing? Oh no, that's you. Hello, Twitch Veldek. Hello, YouTube Veldek. It's indeed quality time. Yeah, I'll have to check that, because typically gun or weapons, the quality of them doesn't affect their damage. Yeah, it only affects their range.
Hello there.
That's just the generic damage type. Quality increases the range. Yeah, it'll be the yeah, it's yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was looking for was confirmation that vehicle turrets don't their range isn't affected, or their damage isn't affected by quality. But yeah, that makes sense, because range does help with damage. Fortunately, there's a bit of coal under there. I mean, I'm getting rid of this eventually, so that there is that. Wouldn't surprise me if these were still Module 2s. Now, this isn't getting the job done that I wanted to get done, and that is thingies. It's dangerously close to Kevin, but that might be okay. Where do I want to put this? Maybe up here. It is close to everything else, but it really doesn't matter. We're here to get jobs done? Not really. Well, as a peasant says, well, if you get jobs done, then you get the peasant says, jobs done. There is that. Don't forget that. I have a better idea. Demolish that first. Demolish that and demolish that. Then we open up the blueprint for no reason. Plop that down. Also got new, and also to get new jobs, like the robots, they get new jobs. Peons. No, that was the human peasants that did jobs done. Work complete was the peons. I mean, I can go look it up if you like. The fact that I can is kind of absurd. I have the power to do so. Trust me. I mean, I am kind of partial to the idea of looking it up. I mean, you're probably curious what I mean by looking up at the very least. I say probably, and I think the answer is probably not likely. Oh yeah, what was the fault with the track? So now you have to make equipment for legendary mechs and stuck because everything is below legendary feels bad. It's terrible, isn't it? You know, when you're nearly at legendary but not quite. At least I got one legendary legs. At some point, I need to sort out the make everything system for Agora quality grinds. There's a Spellmaster. Finished your lurks. That's probably not the best way to do that. I will do instead is ramp it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, I think. Downside is why are you off grid? Wow, that is actually off grid. How did that happen? How come no one complained also? Well, at least someone would pipe up about that. That's terrible. And that's that. Someone, as I say, someone probably did. No one's used it. It's such a specific thing. Hey, username, how you doing? I will admit it is a pretty specific thing. The long elevated track. Doing pretty good. There goes a train. Cool. And that's that done. You not made elevator rails yet? Should get on it. It's good fun. What did I want? Probably the down pointing one. Working on fast platform designs. Nice. I really need to get into doing some of that. I haven't really invested in decent endgame platforms. I mean, there is an opportunity to stay elevated, but I'm not going to take it. It's so close to the melting. Seems really difficult to beat 500. Is that just lack of is it what is that with legendary quality? It's the first question. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it because I don't. I'm just trying to think, and I don't think I've seen anyone actually run more than about 500. Okay, it is legendary quality. Yeah, that's kind of in the way. I think everything's just going to be in the way with this. Now you needed plastic. We need copper. We need iron, and we need thingies. Okay. I mean, that's almost not surprising because they're. I don't want to say cheating a little bit with how the stats are, but yeah. But it makes sense. Like the width sets how many thrusters you put on it, and so the narrower, the less thrusters you're forced to have. So it sort of logically leads down that path. It's generally what I found is the wider platforms perform really well. Like the Go-Go Mobile, it's reasonably wide. Well, I don't want to say unreasonably wide because it could be a lot wider, but this thing's fast, or at least the previous iteration of it was fast. This one, because it's quite narrow, ends up being quite slow. These ones with only 3 thrusters are incredibly slow. Yeah, there is actually drag in space as well. 503? It seems to be about what I've seen from most people's platforms as well. As I say, I haven't really done a deep dive on platforms yet. I'm curious where the sort of the limit is. 100 with a single thruster on it. Or single thruster gang. You. A little bit more. This could really be further detached. That's not right. That's right. Hello, train. If I wasn't in a mech suit, that would be dangerous. Powered, you're powered, you're powered, you're not powered. Ah, I see why. There. Ah, that's why it's, I see why now. That's why the power, the pole spacing was connected or not connected or on the wrong side. I should have looked a little closer, I don't want to notice that. What are we making here? This is low density structures. We need to rearm again. Rearm and reload. So we're unloading a first lot of iron and copper. Oh, that's not delivering me stuff. Oh, it needs to craft them, that's why. Ah, they all maneuvered slightly so they can't go to the yard again. Oh, and they're cancelling their own yard because the train stop's wired to the signal. So if there's a train sitting here, it disables the stop, so they can't go to the yard. Yeah. Yeah, it's really quick. I wonder if it is actually hard capped. It's entirely possible it is. That's something that we'll know the answer to. Alrighty, empty all that out. Oh, didn't want that. I mean, this is a bit of a distraction from the job at hand, as we do. But it's good to clean up the landscape, isn't it? Do a bit of yard trimming. Yeah, you what? One is output. We want you to unload plastic. This train's going to get very excited. There it goes. It's like, yay, I can do something at long last. Let's not forget to plug the wire in that's always missing. It's all missing from that specific blueprint. And there we go. Alright, share. Next step. Might as well just steal from this one because it already works. Except you are going to do some that. Okay. That's very annoying. Missing something? Oh, there's a lot of things missing. Yeah, what I was thinking of doing was that, but I don't know that it's going to work. Otherwise, I've got to do a bit of weirdness with, like, I do both pipes alternating, and then it's not the worst. Yeah, just build one. I realized it's advantageous. Yep. Then there. Except we want it on the other side. There. Why doesn't? Okay then. That didn't work as well as I was hoping. Can't heist thinking. Intensive thinking in progress. Thinking caps are on. Aquilo shuttle only survives while it has nuclear fuel, but I said an intro to activate when it gets low. That shouldn't be much of an issue unless it gets stuck for like a really... in fact, if that's a problem, you need to wire the two together. With the second one, tick that box. The first one, tick both boxes. Wire both of them to this combinator with these settings so that it only inserts when both of or all of them have no fuel and temperature less than 600. And that will considerably stop the fuel drain. Like, it will use a fraction of the fuel. You're gonna force me to use medium power poles, I suppose. Like this reactor build is way over the top for what this needs. But yeah, if fuel is an issue, do that. It will help dramatically. You plastique. Blam, blam, kablam. We're actually an output. Aquilo shows test flight, spent about 20 minutes above Aquilo and barely used 2 units. Yeah, I mean, even then it's 200 seconds per fuel. But yeah, you really want to minimize the consumption, regardless. Wow, I cannot press the right keys. Better quality. Yeah, you can. Better quality solar also helps a lot. It's entirely guessing. I'm just going to say about that much. We'll cover it. Seems fine for a spaceship. If you're placing multiple nuclear plants on a planet, had power issues until it raised the value to set. Yeah. On that only works on a ship. So that temperature setting is affected by the length of the heat pipes. So this heat pipe is quite short, so it only gets down to 695 or whatever it is. Yeah, it's only different by, what is that, 708 to 694, barely 10, 15 degrees. Whereas over here, we're at 928, whereas we're down to 900 here. So this one is actually, well, it's actually quite a lot less than what it is currently, but you see how much overshoot there is. Mainly wanted to see if you could get away with just yellow ammo and rockets for an Aquilo ship. With enough ammo damage, that is actually possible. It's not possible without some damage upgrades, with infinite damage upgrades, but it is actually possible to do that. Don't forget to fix the output belt. What was wrong with the output belt? There you go, there's your medium poles. Forcing me to use medium poles like a pleb. There. Oh, there's an issue due to the red placing grid? Nah. Nah. Fine. Right, let's rearm again. Thankfully I'm fairly close. Doesn't take much running. Check the temp again. It is possible. So what you do is put down a dummy nuclear reactor. So you would, at this point here, you would just put down a reactor. You don't try and fuel it. Just read temperature from it, because a reactor is just a heat. It's just a giant heat pipe. But I ran into that problem as well, so I designed this reactor build to compensate. And it also, because of the change in how the pipes work, it made sense to redesign something that wasn't so aggressively pipe minimizing. The 1 to 2 thing's cool and all. It's like good enough, but it does leave a little bit of power generation on the table. Or heating tower. That is true, yeah. They also interact with heat pipes. I mean, I wanted to use a reactor because it's the most wasteful way of reading temperature, but fine, be efficient and smart. Get away with yellow ammo belt from rockets? I mean, it's going to strip out the steel foundry. Yeah, it saves so much. Yeah, I do too. This one down here does exactly the same thing. It's just 800 though. Apparently there's no fluid input though. Oh, we're playing that game now. Let's see how it is. I think that's a hangover from that bug. I mean, I hope it's a hangover from that bug. That very annoying bug that makes fluids do things. It was to do with how the game loaded pipe to grounds and not loading them in, apparently not loading them in the right order. And so it would temporarily connect fluid networks that weren't supposed to be connected. Steam got cold? Yes. Yes, it did. Have a water pump on the steam pipe? Possibly. Let's see. Yes, I did. That'd do it too. Well spotted. I mean, skill issues aside, also are a factor at play when it comes to mixing pipes. Hey, one of the subtler updates that's happened is like doing that used to scoop up the items on the belt. It doesn't anymore. It's one of the subtler things that has been changed in 2.0 that is actually really amazing. I don't know if anyone's really noticed it, but it is great. Righty, let's get these into order. He was concerned you might have to do circuit logic with a single iron foundry. That was really annoying since melting forging, the default inputs. Yeah, the doing circuit controlled anything which involves fluids that isn't a chemical plant or oil refinery is really difficult. When it comes to circuit controlled thingies. You know, you're going to be in the way. This bothers me. Alright, you can go there, and there, and there. Done. Done forever and perfection. Yeah, it should be back now. There we go. It's just sprung back to life. I swear it dies at the exact same time every time. Every time. It goes at the exact same time. Set your watch to it. I think the next thing for me to try is wonder if it's traffic blocking or something. Operator, 14 months. How you doing? How much for that? 14-month. Oh, it's DNS. Like it isn't even an IP reset. It's just like a partial DNS dying. Ah, you are lacking in copper. Need more melting, I think is the answer. The fact that this train stops are up there is probably not helping. Oh, you're not actually letting a train in. Or are you? Oh yeah, oh, I'm looking at the wrong one, that's why. 125k. No? It's just 0 out of 1. Why are you 0 out of 1? It's specifically Twitch and YouTube only that stop working. That's what I don't understand. Why don't you go to... Oh no, you got a train allocated. It's just really strange. It wouldn't allocate a train. ISP load balancing? Don't know. That's why I'm thinking VPN. if it's something like that. This is where I need high quality thingies. Yeah, 0 out of 1. Fluid load. So why won't you go there? Oh, you can't get there. Can't you come out here? Something's... Oh, wow. That's subtle. That explains a lot. I mean, it makes sense. They're all failing to find a path. So... It makes sense that they couldn't, like, do the thing. Hello, drain. Almost need a second copper unload. Blam. This game would attempt to auto-connect machines to existing fluid networks. Yeah, it's just one of those things that is lacking. That's why I was saying that circuit-controlled crafting machines, I use the term generically, any kind of circuit-controlled crafter that doesn't that works with fluids just does what it wants. It does its own thing. Oh, hello, you came. The thingy actually delivered more crap. Very good. All right, I'll dump you for now. I mean, it's an interesting sign that Fagora actually made another 32 legendary modules. Hey, Will, how you doing? I'm going to assume that it gave me everything that I need and everything is fine. And I'll come back over here and paint stuff down. And that everything will be fine. Dandy. And you are not doing things. Oh, yeah, because your molten copper is full. Where's your... Ah! Again, very subtle. I think it's one of those cases where it's probably better to get rid of the pumps. Now I've got to deal with all the dirt. Because just forcing this thing to be bigger isn't like the final solution. Like I gotta... Oh, you can stay as you are. There we go. Do you want to talk about final solutions? It could come in one of many forms. Final solutions. craze has been ruined forever. It has, unfortunately. You better go. There it is. Go in there. Please and thank you. You're gonna make me do 2 belts? Jerks. Literal worst. You're in the way of the pole, substation poles and everything. It's just literal worst. Actually the worst. Grumble, grumble. Make me do all this weeble wobbling crap. Foundry in the lava and the stone back into it. Yeah, I was sort of leaning on that, but I didn't have enough foundation to actually pull it off. Now it's a lava supply problem. It's quite funny. I think I mean, having said that, I think my foundation supply issue isn't so much a problem anymore. So I could probably revisit that idea. It was my go-to from the start, was putting it on lava. It's the first thing, I mean, you even see it on the title screen. The go-to is very much, the intended go-to is very much put it on the lake. Just need a decently sized lake though. Maybe down there would also work. Maybe break it up a little bit. I think what I need to do is rework this a little bit. Obviously, I could have copy and pasted it and done something intelligently, but instead here we are. I'll instead do this. Recycle be better for stone. The fastest way to make stone disappear is, at least that I know of, is turn it into landfill. Because landfill is 50 stone now, up from 20. Oh, I might as well use a stack inserter, not a bulk inserter. Yeah. Not that it really... Are you... Oh no. I was worried there for a moment that it was like, am I running out of power? No. Yeah, recyclers are really good at making stone disappear. Landfill, sorry, are really good at making stone disappear. I mean, a recycler isn't a terrible idea because, for the most part, it's just going to delete it. But yeah, this just evaporates. Look at it go. And it's still room for more. It would actually be a decent idea to put the assembly machines in between the foundries. Still get the benefit of the 8.8 beacon. It's not perfect on the iron there, but it's good enough. I'm going to assume copper's still out. Yes, it is, but it's receiving a train. Really need to get some better quality pumps. Funny, the recycler is so much faster to recycle steel box instead of the steel beam for the same concrete and hazard concrete. Oh, you recycle the steel. Ah. Let you have more beacons. That is true. You can actually cram, as a side note, because the recycler is, where is it there? It's oh, it is 4 actually. But you could cram. I was thinking it's less tiles, so you could cram it in between like that. But being 4 tiles makes it kind of annoying. But yeah, it means I could stick an extra beacon in between. Possibly 2, 2? I think 2. Yeah, you can fit 2 in between. So you go from 8 to 10 beacon, which is still a good place to be. 9 beacon, I don't know if the original stats are still any good, but 9 beacon was sort of the limit for the beacon diminishing. It's emptying as fast as the foundries are consuming it. Yeah, that's where the better pumps comes in. It's stupid, but it should work. There we go. Yeah, for at least normal quality. With better quality beacons, it's not the case. What can I do for pumps? Nothing, I think, easily. Dude, that's actually starting to really disappear. It's only 100k left. Even with mining productivity, it's still disappearing. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so I'm happy with that low density. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's fine enough. So, we just need science. That is the last piece of the puzzle. I'm gonna put science. I hadn't really thought that far ahead. I mean, maybe I could lash it in down there. Could go over here. It's a long distance to go though. But it probably wouldn't hurt to build an over lava. I mean, we're going to interfere with Bob's lands, unfortunately. But a nice close up the train line there. 1-to-1 epic turbine normal exchange for power plant build. I would just go full quality rather than trying to ratio specific quality combinations. What are you, oh yeah, recycling those, okay. We're already on topic. What do you guys use to reroll circuits? I know blue circuits can negate recycling tax, but also makes you handle green circuits. Don't need that amount. Roll roboports, they're making a big amount of reds. I do it a bit brute force. So, or at least for the bulk recycling, anything that is over, what did I say? It was 10k. Anything over 10k in this robo network gets thrown in the recycler. Minus some exceptions. Some exceptions being any of these. These don't get thrown in the recyclers. And that's why I have 34,000 holmium plate and 20,000 ore. It's because they're not being recycled. Oh, okay, that was from the platform build. Yeah, I've also not really been keen on that because, like, for this one, like, these are very much this nuclear's overbuilt. I've actually already pulled some turbines off it, and I could probably pull a few more off it. And if these weren't base quality, I wouldn't need even more of the nuclear. But this is built around being a fairly basic ship platform. Also added one exception that deletes some exception above 200k so it won't clog up storage. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Because it's going to clog up eventually. But yeah, I see what you're getting at. The only thing I think working against that is fusion. Because fusion makes platform power so much easier. Like one of these is 50 megawatts at base quality, whereas you're only getting what 5.8? I was going to say 5.7, but no, it was 5.8 out of something that's basically the same or nearly the same size. So oh, it is the same size, yeah. So there's not a lot of incentive to really do nuclear beyond mid-game. As soon as you unlock fusion, you really want to start putting it on all the platforms that you can. Just a side note on Aquilo, all I'm doing here for quality is producing the base quality and then all of the higher up tiers and recycling everything that is low quality. So it's recycling all the base and uncommon quality. And as a result, this is all the stuff that's slowly been collecting. And as it can, it's just collecting the higher returned ingredients to then make high quality ones. And yeah, I don't think it's ever actually on. Yeah, it hasn't crafted. That one's made a total of 4. So maybe it made a legendary cryo plant. Don't really know. Rare turbines. They're close to 10 megawatts. Yeah, I actually have some rares. They're slowly appearing. I changed these to. So the thing that I was leaning to was that Aquilo actually stole the first batch of legendary modules. I think I was leading into that, but never actually said it. Yeah, it stole these, and yeah, 80 megawatts. What's the yeah, legendary is 125, which is pretty decent. Yeah, these are the quality that's on here has been purely from just recycling the thing that's crafted and then just turning it into ingredients for a higher quality one. Oh yeah, it can't actually. It's pegged on rares. Well, you know what that means. Do I have? No, I don't. Lost track. So Aquilo is now running on fusion. So yeah, that's Aquilo power. Yep, ads will do that to you as well. There is still the nuclear reactor that I built, but it's not running anymore. And I've stopped bringing in more fuel for it. I might actually, oops. Tempted to actually burn the fuel that I have. Actually, you know what I should do? You just eat them. Since there's 1400 in the network, I might as well just delete them. Oh, there they are. There's the power run out. The bot energy run out. At 6 times energy reduction. Get you every time. Oh, they come back out again. Why is the Vulcanus so cold? It fell out of orbit. I think that was the theory was that the shattered planet was shattered, that knocked Fulgora off its orbital plane, resulting in it becoming inhospitable and showering the entire solar system in debris, making it very difficult to travel in between planets, making it completely inhospitable for life. G'day. I'm actually tempted to bring it. Hmm. There's actually. Hmm. Oh, I think it's springing back to life. It's trying to spring back to life. Yep, it's sending. It should be catching up. Yeah, there's no chance of a fiber upgrade for me. Alright, should be, yeah, it's stable again. Should be back. Good. I'm not seeing a thingy there. There we go. I think I'll chuck another one of these in here, maybe lash something in there. I realised that there's an opportunity to go up and across. So there's some potential to do stuff there. I'll catch that this time. I mean, that part can stay there. That's fine. I don't want to be putting foundation on the lava. I want to try and keep some semblance of realism around here as we pipe molten iron inside iron tanks. You guys got shoves to February. Would have been here in August. Oh, it got delayed. Eh. It's really hard to tell what the height should be. Hello, train. Oh, you can't even go to the yard. Oh, can't go. Why can't you go there? Because there's a thingy in the way. Thankfully, that was a fluid load train. It could have ended poorly. The company went belly up. Oh dear. Oh well, let's use this as an excuse to wheel this out. There we go. Yeah, I can even say I'm going over the top of, oh, hello you. Oh, I can't even craft those. Oh, yeah, because it needs explosives. Nope, let's not build there. At least not yet. Empty guide pipe in the basement. It's just empty and awaiting the promise of a fiber optic cable. Annoyingly, I don't think we're gonna make it because it's nearly time to get out of here. Well, it actually is time to get out of here. So I think I might leave it there and hey Slazer, catching up on VODs. Go Mobile, really? Yep, you know it. As you can see, G-O-G-G-O. 1954. If you give you an old Toslink cables, you can put some fiber cable in the empty pipe. uh, wow, it's not even, it's barely going up. I think the funny thing is that because of Jan, it's also a Yellow Pages ad, so it is actually on brand for Jan,
Not happy, Jan!
which is also a Yellow Pages ad, which means that I need to collect the set. Although I don't know of any others that were particularly noteworthy off the top of my head. I'm back? Yes. Temporarily. Because it's time that I get out of here. Wow, some of those are very delayed. Oh, it's because manual refresh. Yeah, I need to get out of here anyway. Insurance company. I thought the same thing as well, but the reason I thought that was because they actually got him back like 10 years ago to do an insurance ad. But yeah, the original was actually Yellow Pages. Because he was using the Yellow Pages to call up all the places about his Go-Go Mobile. You know, because he got a problem with his Go-Go Mobile. Alright, I'll leave it there. Alright, I need to end. I need to get out of here. It's actually getting pretty hot too. Sealed up in here. So, thank you for watching, hanging out. I didn't quite get to the end. I was hoping it would be the last one today. But, yeah, I didn't quite get it. So we'll finish it off tomorrow. We'll put science down. The plan is to mix science with rocket launches so that science can be launched at the same time. That's why I needed low density structures and rocket fuel and such. Which means I need to import materials for silos anyway, or craft concrete to make silos on planet. Either way, those are future me problems. Now me problems is turning off the stream and saying good night. So yeah, thank you for watching, hanging out, being here in general, following, liking, subscribing, depending on the platform. Oh, before I forget, there's one there for Twitch. There is the exact same thing for YouTube, which makes very little sense because it has a YouTube link within the thingy, and it also takes 5 years because of the rate delay. It should pop up eventually. I'm now desperately storing for time for Nightbot to spring into life. Hopefully I didn't spell it wrong. There's a link for the blueprints. Thank you, Vildak. Yeah, I think I spelled it wrong. Oh no, there it is. It just took some time. It took a lot of time. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching and being here, and I shall see you tomorrow as we finally actually properly round our Vulcan.